What's going on, guys? It's your boy LQ, Mr. Real Deal Fantasy HQ, fire content only. Here today to talk about the latest addition to the Rams wide receiver core, Allen Robinson. At the expense of us losing Robert Woods, we bring in Allen Robinson, which was kind of left field. I did not expect that to happen for our Rams to even be targeting Allen Robinson. I knew we were trying to sign back OBJ, but he's dealing with injury as well. I'm not too sure he'll be back anytime soon to be on the field. So I'm not even really looking for any type of OBJ news in the near future. If he signs back, he signs back, but he won't be available unless we're in the deep playoffs or Super Bowl again. So hopefully. So I don't want to waste any more time. So let's get right into the episode. Hey, before we jump into the fire content, please hit that link below, prizepicks.com. Sign up today, promo code FCO. You guys will be set up for success because they're matching up to $100. I know football's over, but there's plenty of other sports where you can make that cash and double your money. FCO is the promo code, link in the bio. Now, let's get into Allen Robinson. Now he is a Ram. Now he's sporting the number 1 on his jersey, which kind of looks ugly to me. I always hated, 00 or number 1, as a jersey, but hey, it is what it is. Guys are going to do whatever they want now that they can have single digit on their jerseys. Now we're talking about fantasy outlook. What does it look like for Allen Robinson in a Sean McVay's offense with Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and my boy Van Jefferson is still there as well, being that, again, Robert Woods has been traded to the Titans. Did not see that coming, but honestly, it's the best move, coming back from injury as well, so he's not going to be available at the start of the season. So we kind of got away from his contract and kind of got away with that delay and hiccup in the wide receiver core. So Van Jefferson will be set to step up. Not too sure if he's going to make an immediate impact, week 1, 2, 3, and 4, but hey, he's going to be there as that wide receiver 3. But we got the new addition, Allen Robinson. Now, probably thinking last season, career lows like all across the board, just disgusting stuff. It's really nasty. Played 12 games, dealt with injury, but it's like, man, this injury kind of was milked, if we're going to be honest. Now we're looking at Allen Robinson in the beginning of the season who did not want to play under the franchise tag. That was public. He literally posted it on his Twitter. It kind of just was rumors before even the tag was public, but he wanted to get a long-term contract, and that was not happening. So usually we see players, say they don't want to play on it, and then they play on it. But hey, we're looking at $17 million guaranteed. If you play, if you don't, 12 games, 11 games, 16 games, you're still getting that guaranteed $17 million playing on that, franchise tag. So ultimately, it was about, getting, the team built around, whoever quarterback would have been in Chicago. But man, if you don't want to extend the guy that's been there on, basically in the trenches of when, the Bears are bad, then come on, man. You got to look at it, man. You got to reward these wide receivers, man. They're getting up in age, 28, so he had to cash in now. He knew if he waited any longer, if he would have played on another tag, man, it would have been over. He wouldn't be able to cash in. Look at A.J. Green. A.J. Green is 33 now. Didn't get that extension that he thought he would get, his second extension, my bad, from the Bengals. So that's really what happened. So when we're going into fantasy, he is screaming right now a buy, like you must buy him. Now, again, 66 targets, 38 catches, 410 yards last season. So that's not jumping off the paper saying, oh, God, this guy is going to be explosive. This guy is in a great situation, man. I'm telling you. We saw Sean McVay turn OBJ around, Odell Beckham. We've seen him having troubles in Cleveland with Baker. Just that whole entire offense was just looking terrible. And OBJ, he does have that kind of diva attitude. But, hey, Sean McVay was able to turn that around and utilize him at his best. Like, we've seen OBJ just reborn since he became a Ram. And that's exactly what's about to happen with Allen Robinson. Listen, we're looking at Allen Robinson right now. He is a dynasty buy low right now. Or just – I'm not even going to say a buy low because some people are still, not believing in him. And then there's some people that are like me that know this is a great situation for him. So you might have to get a little bit spicy on your offers, but you need to go get him at all costs right now. Like, I'm being very aggressive to get Allen Robinson. He signed there for 3 years. He's going to be very heavily involved into this offense. I mean, I could see Cooper Kupp and him literally, Cooper Kupp with 140 targets, and then we get 120 plus targets from Allen Robinson. Come on, man. That's something we cannot pass up right now. And I definitely think Allen Robinson's a great position to be like a top 15 wide receiver. And yes, that's coexisting with a Cooper Cup. That's even coexisting if they do sign OBJ. But like I said, OBJ will not be on the field until maybe December. Let's just say that. And that's if we make the playoffs, if we're in the Super Bowl, et cetera, et cetera. That's when he'll be utilized. So this is going to be a Cooper Cup and Allen Robinson show. And I definitely like it, man. You're telling me a guy who put up 2,300 yards, back-to-back seasons as a top 10 wide receiver, 200 receptions, 305 targets with Mitchell Trubisky as his quarterback. Matt Nagy calling the shots as well. Now, listen, you're telling me a guy who put up those numbers 2 years prior to last season is just all of a sudden washed. Like, there's no way he lost it. There's no way he went from having 1,000 yards to the next season 410 yards. Like, come on now. And then only 38 catches. What are we talking about right now? This is really crazy to even think that, Allen Robinson's on the low where he's basically just washed up now. This is not the case. I'm telling you, he protected his value in not playing his 100%. And nothing against Justin Fields, the rumors of him, not really paying attention to him, not really, want to stay after work and do the workouts individually to make him better and, sharpen knives, whatever the saying is. But I definitely think Allen Robinson was protecting himself, protecting his bag, and that's exactly what we saw here. That's why he was able to cash in with us as the Rams, obviously. But I definitely feel as though you need to be going out there to get him aggressively if you're hurting at wide receiver. If your wide receiver situation is looking a little sketchy and you're still somewhat a competitor, man, why not go and get an Allen Robinson? Give up them picks. Fuck them picks. Go Les Snead and say fuck them picks and go get you an Allen Robinson right now before it's too late. If you need a wide receiver too who's going to be seeing 120 plus targets, I'm telling you, this is not even me making a bold prediction. This is a straight up prediction based on what we've seen last season. Now we can see that offense with 3 healthy wide receivers, they can support this theory. Now, I definitely don't think Cooper Kupp is going to be getting like 190 targets again. That'd be a little, rough, but you got to look at it like we're missing Robert Woods with injury. We just brought in a brand new Odell Beckham, midway through the season. So really, you're just feeding Kupp week after week, and Tyler Higbee not really a factor there, to be honest. But, all I'm saying is that Allen Robinson stepping into a great role. This is the best situations he's ever been his entire career. And this is due for a rebirth, a revamp, and just a whole turnaround. So fantasy, I'm telling you, I got him locked in the top 15. You're probably thinking, oh, man, how can he do this? And blah, blah, blah. Listen, man, if we saw Odell Beckham get turned around by Sean McVay in this offense, and not to mention Matthew Stafford is Allen Robinson's quarterback this season, this is the best quarterback he's had his entire career. Like, what are we talking about? Now, you're looking at, the numbers and stuff like that last season. Just completely ignore that, man. You just have to fade all that noise. Last season didn't happen. Let's just pretend he didn't play last season, and we look at the 2 seasons he finished top 10 back-to-back seasons, 1,000 yards with Mitchell Trubisky. Matthew Stafford's his quarterback right now. You need to be locking it in. You need to be aggressively going to get Allen Robinson. There's not much numbers I need to be spewing out right now telling you to go get Allen Robinson. I'm telling you based on his location, his situation, coaching, wide receiver core, QB, etc. Like, there's nothing else for me to really convince you why Allen Robinson is a must buy. You need to be adding guys that are going to be able to excel in these offenses. Like, you got all these, trades going around. Like, for example, DJ Chark. A lot of people are saying he's a buy right now, but I'm not too sure if I'm going to be aggressively going out getting a DJ Chark just because he's in Detroit. You know what I mean? Because who's the quarterback still? Jared Goff. So that is a prime example of, like, with free agency, all these moving parts. No, if you're going to be aggressive for Allen Robinson, be aggressive for guys like Derek Carr, who just got Devontae Adams, et cetera, et cetera. You need to be aggressive in the right areas of where it makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm not going to aggressively go after a DJ Chark just based on him potentially being the number 1 there. But no, it's not. That's a whole different video. I'll get into that, a whole nother situation. But this is basically me saying, again, Allen Robinson should be on your radar to aggressively go get him. And that's really all I got for you guys. That's really that you should be listening to right now. Like, you should have been paused this video like 3 minutes ago to go and send an offer out right now to your league mates to go get Allen Robinson. Because I'm pretty sure you're looking at your league mates, some of them aren't as in tuned I'll say they're just the average, player and et cetera, et cetera. Or this might be their first dynasty year and they're pretty upset, with Allen Robinson. Go ahead and go see what you can get for him, man. Especially if it's a super flex, man. I'm throwing out a Mariota or Jameis Winston or whatever the case may be, just to, get them to be listening, get their attention, to get Allen Robinson. I'm not going to say at all costs, because we can get real crazy at all costs, but just be aggressive. Go out there and send out those offers and see who's willing to bite it, just so you can bring in a wide receiver too with huge upside inside that top 15. And hopefully you guys listen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and leave a comment below on what you guys think. And make sure you check out prizepicks.com using promo code FCO. Double that money up. Go get that cash. Bring home the gold. And I'll see you guys next week for another great episode of Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ. Peace.